Hello and welcome to this week's edition of the Teale Saying Something podcast. I always start off with the abbreviation, but today I've gone right in for the proper name of it. We all know it's the TSS podcast. About 3 or 4 years ago now, myself and Shaun got together and we decided that we'd write a book about him and his career, and it went so well. We've gone straight into podcast world, and of course we do it with our best mate, our best Birmingham City mate, Chris Browne as well. But before we get into that, Happy New Year, Shaun Teale.
Yeah, Happy New Year to yourself, Rob, and Chris, and everybody who's tuning in.
Exactly. And Happy New Year to you as well, Brownie.
Thank you very much.
I hope
Right.
I hope you all had a great Christmas, and
It seems so long ago
it'll
now.
be good for everyone.
Right. I know we've had a bit of a laugh and joke there about it being a Happy New Year, and we're doing it on the 16th of the month. But what, in your eyes, guys, what is your cut-off period where you will say Happy New Year to people and then you don't do it? For me,
New Year's this morning.
for me, it's about the 5th of the month. So we normally go back into the office about the 5th. And by midday, if anybody else says Happy New Year, Rob, I'm just blanking them. There's got to be a time period. But you know what? Some people still will do it in January, at all parts of January. I swear it's mad, isn't it? We've got to thank, obviously, our sponsors, Bowden and Dolphin Signs, and also Luke 77. I bought some of Luke's stuff, Teale, over the Christmas
Oh,
period.
did you?
Yes, I bought some of Luke's stuff.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, that makes a change because they're normally freebies you get for them.
Yeah, exactly. And I also get them for you as well, Teale. So we come as a pair, as you know.
Funny enough, I was down in Birmingham last week. Week before, I was at a funeral, and I went into the Villa shop in the Bullring, and I bought myself a nice big coat in there, half
Right.
price. Should have been 120 quid, 60 quid.
Stop. Shaun Teale has just said two words together. I bought.
Incredible.
He's never said.
And then I went
what
in,
are we going to do?
and then I went in 2 nights later and bought another load of stuff.
Oh, honestly, I need to lie down.
Anything for a bargain. It was all half price.
Right. Okay.
Do you know what? I don't know what it's like at the Blues as well, but obviously comes, August, September, October, you're paying top dollar for your tops, aren't you?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then come Christmas, if you can wait that bit longer. I know some people that do not buy new tops until,
That's right.
until the end of the season or at the Christmas period.
Yeah.
But then, what did you buy then? Shaun? Tell us what you bought.
Like I said, I bought a coat. I bought a couple of pairs of shorts, swimming shorts. I never buy anything with Aston Villa on it. Funny enough, I don't. It's just me. I'm not. If someone said to me, "I'll put this Villa shirt on," I wouldn't put it on. And it's just, I think at 62, you shouldn't be wearing football tops, really. I hate going over to Spain or somewhere like that. There's old fellas walking around with different tops on it. I just
Now,
think,
that's a really good point. So, can you wear polo shirts with so you're all right with that, but you can't wear the kit?
No.
Okay, right. Okay.
No.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that.
Because obviously, next thing you see some of them have got shorts and socks on as well, and
the full kit.
The proper kit wankers.
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't going to say that.
I was going to say tanker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was going to say the master betas of this world. But no, I do agree. There has to be a cut-off point. And now I collect the retro tops. I've got about 15 of them. Will I wear them? Occasionally I do.
Right.
But you know that top that we played, oh God, that white top in 94 in Europe?
Yeah.
I wore that once on holiday. But generally, no, I will not wear the kits. But I will collect them.
Yeah, I mean, I've got several. Pre-worn match shirts from different people and different from Villa, but I never wear them. They're literally folded up and in a drawer upstairs. You never come out the drawer.
Have you still got any of your old tops that when when you played?
Yeah. I've got the two when we played at Wembley in '94. I've got you get two shirts. You know what Jim Paul was like? He wouldn't give you anything for nothing.
Yeah.
So you were given two tops, the one you played in, and a spare top. So I've got those two. They're both framed front and back. I've got the green and black striped top.
Always
Uh,
reminds me of you, that does. Always.
my own one of that. So the number 4, that's in a frame, and um, I've got and the other thing I've got that is quite rare because there was only I think 16 of them ever made was the training tops that we walked out with at Wembley.
Okay.
So I've still got and it's like pristine. It was only worn that it was only worn to walk out.
So
Uh,
effectively, they made 16, which would have been the 11 plus the subs. Is that what it was?
yeah, basically, yeah, yeah.
Oh wow.
So and I've still got that. Um, and that I've never had that on body since walking out at Wembley. It is what it is. You know.
Oh, that would be a nice one. So, you, Browne, you know why you wore the number 4? Because we always used to say, "What did we sign him for?"
Good one.
Do you like that one? I've been practicing that since Christmas.
It's like my new shirt, by the way.
That's
So
almost that's almost as bad as Brownie's jokes on the WhatsApp group.
Oh, that.
yeah,
Did you like my curry ones earlier on this week?
yeah, they
Yeah,
were, no, they were
we'll skip
funny.
over that. We've got he's done the studio up, Shaun. It's looking rather
Has
nice.
he?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, I can see it behind. I can see it behind you. He's got that. He's got that look-alike wallpaper that looks like them
Yeah,
boards, doesn't it?
spot on. Yeah, it's wallpaper.
Oh, is it wallpaper? Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I bet it's in YouTube.
See, I thought it was proper
Yeah,
wood when I came in.
it's muck. Yeah, I can't afford to
To
put
be,
the
to
stuff
be
in.
fair, it's actually really good. It looks really good.
It does.
Um, and it look. To be fair, where you're sat now, it looks far more professional with that behind you than them
It does.
black
Yeah.
and
And of
blue
course,
squares.
with my good looks as well, it
He,
just
I think
enhances it, doesn't
it
it?
brings out your eyes, doesn't it? So, yeah.
And the rest of
The
us.
rest of them, yeah.
And the rest of us. Right. Okay, then. Right. So let's talk a little bit about the football then. So, come November, December, the Villa, we were playing all the top teams. People were
Yeah.
saying this would be when the bubble burst and all that kind of stuff. It never happened, Teale. Tell us why.
No, I mean, I just think, to be fair, I think when you're on such a good run as we were, obviously by the time we hit the start of December, I think we were maybe 9 games unbeaten or 9 wins on the bounce, maybe 8. And then obviously we had some tough games. We had United at home, beat them. Um, Chelsea away, great result, beat them. Who else did we play? I can't think now. My brain's gone dead.
We played Arsenal twice, Chelsea,
Yeah,
Man United.
yeah,
We beat Brighton as well, which was a
yeah, yeah.
really good result,
Yeah,
considering
I
we were
mean,
two down.
listen, to go 11 games or 11 wins on the bounce in the Premier League is some statistic, really. There's not many clubs this season will match that. Arsenal maybe one, but to be honest, City might get there in the end. But that City are drawing games left, right, and centre, so they're miles off that yet. So it's not an easy thing to do, and the funny thing about some of them games is we actually didn't play that well. We played in patches of the game. So we like the Brighton game. We go 2 down, and you think, oh dear me, what's going on here? All of a sudden, get to half time, we're 2-2, control the game second half. Chelsea, very similar. Quite poor in the first half, went 1 down, come out second half, control the game, win 2-1. And you think, there's just, he knows what he's doing, and it's as though, and I've heard people say it's as though we set our stall out first half, we try and nullify their threat, we let them do all the work, and we just shut up shop. And then we come out second half when they've lost their momentum, they've got a bit tired because they put so much into trying to get ahead of us, and then we just seem to fire. Some of the goals we've scored have been unbelievable. From Ollie's strike in the last home game to Morgan Rogers' strikes this season. I think we're leading on goals from outside the box by quite a way. Um, and it all looks good going forward. I suppose now is a really important time because it's the transfer window, and we'll have to see what comes out of all that now.
Okay, so as it stands, what's the date today? The 16th, is it? Something like
15th.
that. 15th
15th,
of
yeah.
the month, halfway through the month already. Right, so we've Malin has gone to Roma.
Yeah, very strange one, that, don't you
It
think?
very strange. The word I'm looking for, that I've obviously been speaking to Villa fans about it, is disappointed. I'm very disappointed that he's gone because he was making, he was making inroads and making impacts at the time when we needed it.
Yeah, I mean, every time I watched him when he started, he seemed to struggle a little bit. He couldn't really get himself in the game because physically he's not the biggest in the world. You know what I mean? But then we'd bring him on as a sub, and he changed things for us almost immediately. Having said that, he made a big impact in the FA Cup last weekend at Tottenham.
He really did
Um,
for both of
you
the
know,
goals.
yeah, 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 and he played very well. And I can only surmise that maybe he wanted to go. Maybe
Yes,
going to Roma gives him first choice, first team football for the rest of the season, and that's what he was after. And he was never going to get that at Villa because of Ollie, and Ollie's hit that little vein of form again. So, and I think, and I've read a load about it today. Unai Emery really wants Tammy Abraham back at the club,
okay,
and I,
so we'll come on to Tammy again in a minute, but
and I think that
just
might have a bearing in it.
yeah. So on Malin then, right? Do you think he's been disappointed with his Villa career? I mean, this time last year, we were just about to qualify for the knockout rounds and finish in the top eight of the Champions League. And he's not in the 25 or the how many
Yeah,
players that we've got, right? He's me,
yeah,
and he's a player that we've bought, and he's bought
yeah,
in loan players, and those
yeah,
loan players have gone in first.
yeah.
Do you think that's always gone against him? And I like the way he's played. I like the way he's played for us. But do you think that put him on the back foot from the start?
I mean, listen, as an ex-professional, the one thing you certainly don't want is to be left out of a squad like that.
Mm,
That must have hurt at the time.
yeah,
And to be fair to him, he never whinged, he never moaned, he just got on with it.
he did.
Um, and his time last season was very limited on the pitch. And I just get this feeling with Unai Emery, it's this: you've got to prove to Unai that he can trust you, and he can
Yeah.
trust you to do what he wants you to do. And I think, that's why Sancho probably hasn't got as much game time as he probably thought he would get coming to Villa. Um, because I'm not so sure that he's convinced Unai Emery what he gives us. Don't get me wrong. In certain games, he came on against Chelsea and was brilliant. He just took the biscuit out of Chelsea when he came on. But then you see him in other games and he loses the ball, doesn't chase back, and you think, I can't see that going down well with the manager because he likes hard workers. He likes people to chase back. He likes people to try and get the ball back. And if you're not doing it, I can really see you struggling to be in that team.
Right. So, I mean, I've got to agree with you on Malin on those points there. Tammy Abraham for me, right? So great in 2019 stroke 20.
Yeah, yeah,
Loved
yeah,
him.
yeah.
I thought he was a player that you needed to put your arm round. He'd had a few
Mm,
issues. He comes to us. It worked so well with Dino. I loved him. He scored goal after goal after goal, right?
yeah, yeah,
I'm not sure about Tammy Abraham 2026 as opposed to, you know, can he deliver? We are a completely different Aston Villa team to what we were in those days.
yeah.
I really like him, and he goes down as somebody that will always get clapped at Villa Park, and I hope
Mm,
it proves me wrong. But I don't think he's pulled up any trees at the clubs he's been to.
No, but his stats are pretty good.
In
Appearances
what
again,
way?
goals per appearance are pretty good. They're very steady. I mean, the one thing that would worry me is he had a real bad injury, didn't he? Knee injury,
Yeah,
and that I think that is always an issue. But he's obviously been watched for weeks and weeks and weeks now. You know, we're not the type of club to jump in for no reason. They'll have done their homework on him, and he's obviously playing well enough at the moment, and he looks fit enough, and you know, he must tick most of the boxes that Unai wants. So you know, but the thing is now we're in a position now anyway where with Daniel Mallon gone, there's a hole to fill because apart from Ollie now we haven't got a centre forward.
mm. Is Tammy a replacement for him? Because I see him as different players.
I don't know.
Whereas your Malin
I,
would run the channels a little bit.
mm,
I'm not sure whether Tammy Abraham is that player.
no, I think Tammy's more into feet, lay it off, get in the box type of player, and I
Yeah,
think that's where you know, when he was last with us, that's where he scored most of his goals from his movements. His movements always been really good, and he's a big, strapping, physical lad. The other thing, of course, is, and we've not even gone down this road yet, we signed a Brazilian.
yes,
Now,
Allison.
there was a lot of talk about him being in the squad before the Tottenham game, which means obviously he's turned up, he's fit and ready to go. And, if Unai Emery was talking about maybe putting him in the squad, he must trust him. So, but again, we know more or less nothing about him, do we? Because has anybody seen him playing in a full 90-minute game? No. So we don't know. And the other flip on that is we've signed the biggest 16-year-old in the world.
Absolutely.
And we're 6'4", built like a barn door.
And you know what? He's
Uh,
actually played for the Swiss, the Switzerland national team, the full national team as well. He's
I was going to, I
16.
was, I was going to say that nearly rolled off your tongue. Swiss roll.
Do you know
um,
what? It rolled off my tongue like the way that you went. I bought something earlier, and I tell you now, right? Brownie's just got off the floor. He's been on the floor for the last 20 minutes in shock by that news. But you know
yeah.
what?
I mean, granted, he's only 16. He's still, in experience terms, he's a baby. But if he's big enough, strong enough, powerful enough, and good enough to be integrated into the first team squad, then so be it. And I'm all for it. Me, if I mean, the other thing I keep reading is Gesson. Is Gesson going to get forced out of the club into a loan move to somewhere
Hmm.
because for him it's not working at the moment. And I
Why isn't
think
it working? I mean,
I don't. Well,
we've mentioned this guy, all during the season so far. Why isn't it working for him?
well,
Because
when it when
he's
it
putting a
when,
shift in, but
yeah,
what
yeah.
is it?
Well, when it came up, we were about to buy him. All these videos came up, and in every video, he wasn't playing as a wide man. He was playing as an out and out
Yeah,
striker.
yeah.
So he was getting ball into feet, little dummy one way, spinning the other way, and powering away from people. He's not played up front for us once. All he's done is play wide right or wide right most of the time, but wide right, wide left. And it's not. It just doesn't look like that's his game. It doesn't suit him. I
Hmm.
mean, I noticed he scored a couple of goals while he was away at AFCON, but he was playing as centre forward.
Oh, is that? I haven't really watched the games. In fairness,
Well, I haven't, to be fair, because it's a very little interest to me. But um, so I don't know. Maybe because there's that opening now, maybe he now gets the chance to be moved into the middle where people feel that's his best position.
Hmm.
Um, Again, if you knew what Unai Emery was thinking, you'd be on Mastermind every week
So here's another
because
one then.
go on.
And we're talking about Emery there, right? And his
Mhm.
tactics, right?
Yeah,
Tammy, I've heard he's playing for Besiktas tonight.
Right.
So, which concerns me a little bit as to
Yeah,
why,
yeah.
if we are buying him, why he's playing for his club tonight. That's the first thing. But are we looking to be more flexible when we attack? Because as you said, we score a lot of goals outside the box, and it's great to see. We've scored some worldies this season.
Yeah, we
Does
have.
if we do get Abraham, does that gives us flexibility to use our wingers a little bit more, where they won't become inverted, for want of a better word. And Tammy will be that type of player that can get on the end of a ball that's put in from either the left or right.
Yeah, I don't think you're far off with that. I think the other thing as well is, and he's done it quite a lot this season. He never did it at all last season. He's played two up top, so he's brought Ollie on and left Marlon on, or vice versa.
Yeah,
He's brought Marlon, so he's gone to two up top when we've needed to push the game and have people further forward. He's played them two up top, and he's played Rodgers in behind. His he thinking, you know, Tammy won't play every game or Ollie won't play every game. They'll share it like him and Daniel Marlin have, but I've got the option to play them both up front at the same time.
yeah,
In which case you've got Ollie running channels, which he does for fun anyway. But you've always got a finisher in the box. So it's going to be interesting. It's definitely going to be interesting over the next few weeks to see if we do sign him. Now you've mentioned it, he's playing for Besiktas tonight. I might try and watch that and see how he does.
yeah. I just find it a little bit strange that if it's as close as what we're expecting, and I'm hearing £50 million, he's yeah, I'm hearing £50 million.
No, no,
He's right.
no.
Okay, that's interesting.
There's
What have
not a
you
cat and else, not a cat and else chance of us paying 50 million for anybody.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
I think Besiktas buyout clause, if they took the option, was something like 11 million.
right, okay,
So you're probably looking, if we hijack the Besiktas deal, and I think that's the only thing that's holding it up at the moment. I think Roma have agreed. I think it's all agreed with Roma, but we're probably going to have to pay Besiktas something to get him out because he's on loan to the end of the season with a buyout clause.
yeah,
So they're going to want something out of it. They're not going to let us walk away and just pinch him. I don't think. Granted, I don't know. I don't exactly know how that works because it's quite complicated. So I keep reading again. Um, but I would think you're looking at 15 tops, 15 mil,
What age is he?
he's about 26, 20.
27, 28.
He's in what they call the prime. Is that right,
Prime, yeah.
Tealey?
Yeah,
That the prime
27,
years.
28. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So at 15 million, I just think it's a no-brainer.
yeah.
Um,
Maybe
wage,
I misheard.
wages supposedly are
50 million
around,
sounds like 15
It
million,
does
doesn't
appear
it?
a bit
When
stupid.
you're
No.
my age
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well, yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
yeah.
I would,
Wages, I believe, are somewhere around 110, 115 a week.
oh, right, okay.
Oh well, it's one of the paupers then.
Yeah,
He'll still
because
be keeping his part-time bar jobs, won't he?
That's right.
with all these new contracts that are flowing about, we've got quite a glut of players all on about the same money, 150K a week, I think.
What do we need to take us forward now, Sean? We're halfway through the
Uh,
transfer window. More players have gone in than out, but in Unai we trust because he's
mm,
world class. So there's still
yeah,
plenty of time to get things done. Right, third in the league, third in the Europa League,
yeah,
and we're looking a good third in the Premier League as well.
yeah,
Right,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and also in the fourth round of the FA Cup. I thought we'd go out to Tottenham. When I saw that draw, I thought, oh, this would be the game. This would be the game where, but he went big. He played some great players, and we deserved to win that game. So I can see a run coming up in the FA Cup again for some unknown
Yeah,
reason. I think we'll
I,
beat Newcastle, or I
I
hope
wouldn't
we'll
be
beat.
surprised.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
What do we
I mean,
need now?
what
What do we
what
need,
what do we?
Sean?
Well, I mean, doing it quickly. So you look at the squad. So two keepers. We've got two decent keepers. They're both,
Very much
Bizot's a
so.
decent keeper. We've got two right backs. So Andreas Garcia, only just back from injury, but I like him. I think going forward,
I
he's
like him.
exciting.
Yeah,
He likes to get at the opposite fullback. Um, Central defenders, we've got a glut of them now, and they're all decent. So
correct.
you've got Conte, you've got Lindelof has been absolutely a star. He's been unbelievably good
It really
for
has.
while he's been into. Pau Torres is fit, Tyrone's fit. So we've got four strong centre backs. We've got
Yep.
two great left backs in
Yep. Absolutely.
Luca Dean and Matson.
And
Going to the
they work
midfield.
so well, don't they? One
Yeah,
comes
yeah,
off, the other one
yeah,
comes on. It's
yeah,
effective,
yeah,
vice
yeah, yeah.
versa.
Go into midfield. You've got Kamara, Anana, Tielemans, McGinn, uh, Lamar Bogard, who I think's been
I like
brilliant,
him.
brilliant. Such a calm for a young lad. He's so calm in and around the ball and in and around the rest of the team.
Yeah.
Then you've got your wider mate. You've got your Rogers. You've got who else we got? And then forward line is probably our weakest position at the moment because we've
Yeah.
only actually got Ollie now.
Right. Yeah. So if we get Abraham, that does um have that one. But here's one for you. Well, when you put it like that, it sounds like we've got a decent squad to,
Mm,
take the three competitions we're in. But why haven't we got rid of Harvey Elliott yet? It's now mid-January. Why is he still there? I like the kid, and I feel sorry for the way we all know it's probably a Monchi thing. You and
yeah,
I have said this already.
yeah,
Are we
yeah.
keeping him?
Um, well, I think what Villa have tried to do is they've tried to renegotiate the loan and take the 35 million clause out of it. And I think if that was took out, I think he'd be playing.
I do as well, or
Liverpool
at
won't,
least be in the 18.
yeah, but Liverpool won't remove it. So I guess Unai saying, "Well, I didn't want him. I didn't pick him to come here. It was a last minute deal because we were short on numbers, but I don't want to pay 35 million for him because I don't see him fitting into the setup like other players have."
Mm,
And I think that's possibly the issue. Now, the problem being is that he's on loan for the season with a view to buy or with a clause to buy.
yeah,
So in theory, Liverpool don't have to take him back.
yeah,
But at the end of the day, he's still their player. So you'd think they'd want what would be best for him. However, he can't go on loan anywhere because
that's
he's had
right.
he's not he can't because his loans are done. The only way, the only place he can go, he'd have to move either out. I think it's out the EU. He can't go on loan within the EU.
Because
So
there's
he'd
talk of
have,
Charlotte, isn't there? At
yeah, but he's
Dino's.
turned it down. He's turned it down by all accounts, hasn't he?
Right. Okay.
Now, again, is that a good move? Turning it down. What are you going to do? Fester at Villa and not play? Go back to Liverpool, fester and not play, or go to Charlotte and play every game and
Yeah.
get some game time, different lifestyle over in the States. What could be better? Sometimes I think players expect more than they're going to get, and I think don't get me wrong, Harvey Elliott might go back to Liverpool and get in the team, but as it happens now, they seem to have tidied the team up and got players playing. So I think now he wouldn't. I think if he'd have gone back 10 weeks ago, he might have got in that team because they were struggling.
Yeah. But
Um,
they seem to have come out of it a little bit more now, don't
yeah, yeah, Verts is starting to hit form. Ekatike is on fire. Salah's due back after this weekend, isn't he?
they? He is.
Um,
Yeah, he is.
you know, um, even Canate seems to have found his form again. So, they're looking stronger and stronger, which means if Harvey Elliott goes back, what's he going to do? He's not going to get a game there either. So
Uh,
I feel sorry for him because he's catch 22 and he really is stuck in the mire with nowhere to go at the moment. But he has got somewhere to go. He could have gone with Dino over to Charlotte.
yeah,
And,
exactly.
he'd have been treated like a king over there because he's a Premier League player playing in the MLS, and there's not that many at
Yeah.
that age and that good. Also an England international, so he'd have been treated like a king over there. And I just think maybe it's short sightedness on his part or his advisor's part for him not to go.
So a little bit more terrace talk then before we move on to other subjects. And this brings it round a little bit from a player that doesn't look like he may come in. I'm hearing through the grapevine that we're interested in taking Dougie back, right? But we can't, can we?
No.
Because it's the same thing. Juventus, Nottingham Forest. He can't come to us now, can he?
I, I don't. I don't know because I'm not 100% sure how it works.
But
Does he
surely,
have to
as
go?
you've said there, if Helliot,
Is
Helliot,
he on a season-long loan for one? Is there a figure to buy him at the end of it? A guaranteed purchase if he plays so many games or whatever. I don't know. And my last question will be, why would we want Dougie back?
yeah,
Because I've watched him playing some of the games. I watched him playing the cup tie at Wrexham last week. And granted, it's not all down to one player, but he doesn't look like the player he was when he left us.
yeah,
You know, and who's he going to get in front of? He's not going to get in the team in front of Anana, Kamara, Tielemans, Morgan Rogers, John McGinn. He's not going to get in the team in front of them because they're Unai's soldiers. They're the ones he trusts with everything. So, you know, would there be any point in coming to us? No, probably not.
yeah. Fair point. Fair point. And I like the way you've gone through the team there, mate. It sounds better when you go through. We've got two for each position with
We
what's
have,
coming up.
we have. I mean, you could argue. You could argue. Like I said, right back, Cash has had a great season, been brilliant, been absolutely brilliant for us. Um, but we don't know 100% about Garcia because we've not seen enough of him.
No,
Because
we haven't.
obviously
No, we
we saw
haven't.
him a little bit when he came and he did okay. But then he got injured and he had, quite a long-term injury. And now he's back. We've seen him a couple of times in a couple of games and he's done okay. He's not lit the fuse paper yet, but he's young and if you've been out for so long, it takes a while to get back in the swing of it.
Yeah,
I think one that we could possibly move along now is Ross Barkley because Ross seems to have hit that stage in his career where he's picking up injuries left, right, and centre. Now I know he was out for a long time and it wasn't an injury; it was a personal issue. We all know about that now. So,
yeah.
but for what we pay for him, 5 million quid, we'd get that back and a bit more. I think
Probably.
all
Yeah,
day long,
I agree. I mean, there
all
was a
day
good
long.
signing. He's been effective in that one. Right. So we've mentioned the FA Cup. Um, Good win for your lot against Cambridge. Who
Of
you got
course,
in the
yeah.
who you got in the fourth
Mighty
round?
Cambridge.
Yeah, who you got in the fourth round?
We've got
Leeds.
Leeds, of course, yeah. Yeah, Leeds at home. Same day as you. Well, it was
Well,
originally, but
ours has
it'll,
been moved
oh, it's
now.
Well,
Monday. Oh, okay.
We're
there's
on a Tuesday
there's
now,
no
aren't
there's no chance of having Leeds,
No,
Birmingham, and Villa in the city in one day.
we? No.
no. And
It,
it,
it'll be bad enough having Leeds and Birmingham in the city on one day.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Ours has been moved to I think the 14th.
All right,
Is
okay.
that Sunday?
I don't think it is because it's if it is, I think that the timing is around 7 o'clock at night.
I
If
thought
it
it was.
is, that's disgraceful. But
I thought they were. I thought
a
they were all
midweek
supposed to be
game.
played on the. I thought they were all supposed to be played on the weekend of.
If I recall, the fourth round is played midweek.
Right, okay.
I
Well,
could
no,
be
not
wrong on that.
not not according to when the draw was done, Rob.
Oh yeah, but that's not. So at the moment, it's showing FA Cup 14th of Feb at 5 o'clock. But I saw something a couple of days earlier on today to say it was a midweek game.
Mm.
So whether that, but I'm pretty sure that one of the rounds is a midweek fixture. Could be
Well,
wrong.
what day is the 14th of Sunday?
I think it is a Sunday.
Tell Chris to look at his calendar for God's sake.
Is that so? That's St. Valentine's
That's the day when
massacre.
you send me and Teale
Yeah, the
flowers,
massacre, isn't it?
carrots and blue flowers.
So the 14th is, in fact, Saturday.
Oh, right. I thought it was. Oh,
So it's the week.
okay.
It's the weekend of the 14th, 15th. So the Birmingham Leeds game will be on the 14th of Saturday, and the Villa game will be on the 15th.
I could see Blues winning that. Don't know
No,
why.
no,
You don't?
Yeah.
Lee?
no,
It's a funny.
no.
That's going to be some atmosphere.
Oh, that
Uh,
Because I
really
mean,
will be.
all of that ends on that.
And I only say no because I think Leeds have just found the legs in the Premier League a bit, and I
Well,
think
also they've got that gap, haven't they? You know, if you looked at that, the three that are in there now,
yeah,
they look cemented, don't they? To that
yeah,
7 point
yeah.
gap between West Ham and Forest.
And again, when you've got somebody of Calvert-Lewin's stature and
He's
he's hit
scoring.
such a he's hit such a streak at the moment. It's unreal. He's never done that in his career. Well, one season he did it and it got him in the England team, and now all of a sudden he's got himself fit and he's stayed fit, which is good for him because he's had a bad time of injury, but he can't stop scoring,
No, he can't.
But
and
the FA
it's
Cup,
all sorts of goals.
it's the old cliche, isn't it? It's the FA Cup.
Okay,
Look at Palace. Look at Palace.
before we move on to the League Cup, right? Is that right? Is that the greatest upset ever in the FA Cup, in the history of the FA Cup?
I don't think so. I
Okay.
mean, statistically, it's got to be, hasn't it?
7 leagues below,
Yeah, got to be.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
You know, they're not pulling up any trees in that league as
No.
well, I
no,
don't
no.
think. Crystal Palace are holders
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
of it.
Mm.
Is it? I don't know. You know, there's loads of them. Everybody will cite the Hereford
Yeah. I think
game,
with the Hereford game, it was one of those
Sutton
that
versus
never happened,
Coventry.
did it?
Yeah,
Oh, it did.
yeah,
You
absolutely.
know, I think it's that sort of game, wasn't it?
I mean, everybody talks about Sutton and Coventry,
Yeah.
you know, but
Yeah,
the
but
difference.
I think the fact that Palace were holders, and I think it's something like some stupid like 170 something places
Yeah,
between Palace
Yeah, I
and
think
Mac.
it.
I think it's got to go down as the biggest upset.
don't
I mean,
I think it is. Do Macclesfield play in the same league as your old boys, Southport? I mean, Northern
uh,
Leagues North. Sorry, Northern League
yes,
North.
yes, yes, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they
Now,
do, don't they?
I mean that. I suppose that I suppose there'll be a certain part of an argument that could go on that. Yeah, but hang on a minute. Macclesfield have a 4G pitch. There was no 4G pitches when some of the other big upsets were going on.
Correct.
So
But
and
having said that, don't all
that
these
does
clubs? Sorry, mate. Come on.
that does have a massive bearing on it. And I know what you're going to say. Don't all these clubs have these facilities at the training grounds to train on? Yes, they do, but they don't use them like that.
Yeah.
You know, I watched the game. And the amount of times I saw the ball being rolled, say from Mark Gahey to Richards, the other centre half,
Yeah.
and you'd think it's a perfectly flat surface. The amount of times the ball bobbled in the pass, and that's
Mm.
because the ball sticks on the ground and it forces it off the ground. It's weird. If you've never played on one, it's weird. Your
Mm.
passes have got to be pinpoint. If it's a yard in front or a yard behind, the player you're passing it to is not going to get there because the ball just skips off the surface.
Did you ever play at Luton and QPR's, Craig? Because if I recall, both of them had
They were
plastic pitches,
one of the
didn't they?
first, weren't they?
Yeah.
Luton, yeah, yeah.
No, I'll tell you where I played.
Preston had it.
Preston had it, and it was like playing on concrete. It was awful, horrendous,
Wow.
absolutely horrendous. I mean, obviously, I still play charity games now, and 9 times out of 10, that's what we play on,
Mm.
and they're tough on the old joints. Let me tell you.
Yeah,
I
I
can
can
imagine at
imagine.
your age, yeah.
So let's
Hey,
Sorry.
don't. He's been buying stuff.
Of course, yeah.
Okay, just remember that he's bought 2 things this year. I bet you by the end of this year, it'll still be just those 2 things.
They'll be on
And we
vintage.
haven't even mentioned his holidays just yet. So we'll come on to that as the year
hang on, I'm
progresses.
buying a new house.
I was buying a new house as well.
Right.
Tell you what, he's got some cash, you know.
So, Leo,
Yes. Oh, yeah. Right.
No,
So we mentioned there, May 2025, Crystal Palace win their first ever trophy.
Mm.
7 months later, they've given it up to a team that hasn't been the best one, like Man City were for years and years. 7 leagues down. So to me, that shows that football is not science at all, right? And we love the unpredictability of it, and everybody goes about the magic of the cup. So going on the science thing, this is our next thing that we're going to talk about tonight, right? Why on earth did we have nearly 7 minutes of VAR in the Man City Newcastle game the other day? Now, did you watch it, Shaun?
Did.
Right? I never. I've only seen
Oh.
bits of it. How bad was it? We since we started this podcast, we have constantly gone on about VAR, right?
Mm.
And
Yeah.
it seemed to have got to a stage where decisions were being made a little bit quicker than they were to start off with. So it looked like it was going the right direction. How can you have 6 minutes, right? And what was your view of it, Shaun?
Well, I mean, I watched the game. I saw the replays on the TV. I saw what VAR was looking at on the TV, and how they distinguish that Haaland is offside is farcical, absolutely farcical. And to be honest, it should bring the whole VAR thing into a massive debate. And should we even have it? Because I've listened to a lot of commentators, a lot of pundits over the FA Cup weekend saying, how refreshing is it for the referee to make a
Exactly.
decision, whether it be right or be wrong, nobody argue with it and just get on with the game. And then that absolute codswallop comes out the other night. How they can give him offside is ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous.
Well,
Because
what part did they deem he was offside? I didn't
they
see
could only
it.
they could only deem he was offside by a toenail.
Oh,
Now, now it was only, what was the game the week before where they were saying, they were trying to explain an offside decision, and they were saying it's if it's within 5 centimeters, he can't be given offside under VAR's regulations, and yet Haaland was never 5 centimeters the other side of, is it Chow or whatever his name is. I just think, I don't know. I mean, in a way, I'm sort of glad that City scored again, because it would have been farcical for them just to have gone away from there with a 1-0 win.
yeah. And I've been down the villa with you, right? Since
Mm.
we've done the book, and I've seen how VAR. Oh, I don't go anymore, but I've seen how 3 minutes kills. The atmosphere in the ground and all that.
Well,
6 minutes.
the thing is with VAR now, Rob, is as soon as you score, you don't celebrate now, because you just walk back and you wait to see if it's given or it's not given.
And I think us
And
as fans do that as well.
Or it's a celebration and then a muted celebration.
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, it's
and then and then you
You
go
kind of
to
like got half of,
yeah,
you want to
yeah.
punch the air.
you go to the FA Cup at the weekend, and there was none of that. If you scored, you celebrated it like you used to celebrate it, because you knew there was no VAR to overturn anything. So if it wasn't given on the pitch, it wasn't given. End of story. I mean, there's been this debate this week about this thing that Arsene Wenger's trying to get pushed through about daylight. So there's got to be daylight between the defender and the forward. Well, that's how it used to be back in the day, anyway.
I was going to say that to you because, so is that another way of saying you give the advantage to the striker? Is that the what we used to call in old money, that
Yeah,
the
because
benefit of the doubt would be with the striker? Yeah,
that's how offside was always
yeah,
viewed.
yeah,
It was everything was given to the striker. So if you were half your foot length offside, it was never given.
yeah.
But if your chest was the other side of the defender, it was given.
Did that make you a better central defender because it wasn't, the onus wasn't on you, it was on the attackers. So as somebody who played during those times, was did that make you more alert as opposed to what they do now, where you can be a fingernail? There's a fingernail in it. You know
I
what
mean,
I mean?
I certainly think as far as playing an offside trap in our day to playing an offside trap now is totally different. You know, we had to make sure we kept our line almost perfect because you wouldn't have been given offside
Yeah.
otherwise. You know, if the linesman couldn't pick it up at that time, then you got away with it. So, you know, you had to be super confident of playing an offside, of stepping out, as we used to call it. You know, you get the shout from either at Villa, it'd be either me or Paul, or it might even been Stan Stoughton, and you get that shout to step out. You take that step forward, knowing that it was going to run offside.
Mm.
And I don't think you can really do that quite as much now. Yes, you can squeeze the game, and you know a lot of clubs play a high line, but you're not playing an offside. You're just holding a high line, and you're hoping that they run offside and they're caught offside because of VAR. You can get away with it an awful lot now, even if you know to the naked eye it looks like he's not off, but he might be off by 5 centimeters, as they keep harping on about. Um,
It's really bad, isn't it? Really, really.
oh, listen, I'm all for the one thing that should always stay and never be taken away is goal line technology. That's a must. That's a needed. That's a must.
Was that
But as
was
for
that was that needed effectively the day or the minute after Frank Lampard scored that goal against West Germany
well,
in South
yeah,
Africa? That was the real time, wasn't it? Because
yeah,
that was so
yeah,
over the line.
yeah, yeah. I mean, that was like 3 foot over the line and spun back.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, I mean that is definitely needed. But as for the rest, for me, you could scrap it or get rid of it and go back to trust the referee. You know, yes, he'll make a mistake, but we'll still get mistakes with VAR anyway. So
But
what's the damn
that's what I
difference?
say. I don't want my football to be an exact science.
No,
No, I
no.
really, really don't. If we had exact sciences, Crystal Palace would have beaten Macclesfield
We're just
this weekend.
what we're doing is we're just diluting the game all the time.
Yeah.
So next thing you'll have, you won't have referees because it'll be run by AI or something stupid like that. You know, you won't need um, assistant referees because they'll have something down the line that says it's gone out of play and who it's gone off. You know, and it gets so ridiculous that I think they're trying to change the game. Obviously, they're trying to change the game in a way to make it fairer, but at the same time, it's about money. It's all about money.
Yeah, it is, and AI and football are just not mixing, in my opinion.
No,
We
no.
won't go into the politics of the Maccabee games as we haven't done since that game was on. But
And he's
when
got sacked, hasn't he? Hasn't he been sacked?
no, no, no,
Not
no,
yet.
it hasn't happened yet.
Oh,
But when he saw when they
well, he
take
should
the
be.
word of the AI being Maccabee versus West Ham United in a game that
Yeah.
never ever took place.
Well, at the end of the
You
at
know,
the end of the day, if the chief inspector of Birmingham's lied about why it was done, then he shouldn't have a job, as far as I'm concerned.
yeah, I think there's more of an independent thing coming up on that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, it's not looking good, and we'll leave that particular part with that one there. Another thing of modern football I don't like, right? Sounds like
Mm.
we're showing our age a little bit, but I really can't stand that some of these terms. Expected goals, XG,
Yeah.
right?
It's just a load of crap.
Sean, right? You played the game.
Don't know back to it.
Yeah, you played the game, right? Would you ever speak? Was there anything that was remotely like calling a game what our expected goals are going to be in this one? I'll
No.
tell you why I bring that up, right? Is that I have a bet every Saturday, right? I have a five-fold accumulator, and I always have 5 games where I pick 2 teams to score, right?
Right.
Because
Yeah.
and the reason why I do that is that Brian Clough famously said once, it only takes a second to score a goal,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
XG, I hate it.
Yeah.
Because again, it's not the exact science. Can take a second to score a goal, right?
Hmm.
What the hell is this about XG? I tune out. I
Yeah,
tune
yeah,
out when
yeah.
people start talking about it.
No, I'm with you on that. I mean, they keep harping on about Villa's XG. That our XG is this, it's that, it's the other, and we shouldn't be in the position we're in because our XG is so low or so high or whatever. And I think, listen, at the end of the day, if you score goals, you score goals. It makes no difference what your XG is because it's irrelevant. You know, it's just irrelevant. You can go into any game and they can say, oh yeah, well the XG is, I don't know, 1 point something per game, and then you go and score five, and that
Yeah,
can happen
that's
at
what
any
I mean.
Yeah.
that can happen at any time in any game.
That's what I mean. It's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I
You
don't
know,
know if you ever listen to him on Talk Sport, but I love it when your ex-teammate Dean Saunders talks about it, and he hates all this high press, the
yeah,
press,
yeah, low
XG,
block, low block,
low block, low block.
and
Somebody gets
you've got a
paid for
low
coming out with these words.
You've got a low block and a mid block. What's the bleeding difference?
Absolutely, one's lower than the other. That's all I can say
Yeah.
on that
Yeah.
matter. Right, the actual games in the League Cup this week. We're coming to the latter stages of the competition.
Yeah.
Two things I want to pick up on. I think this is going to be the last things that we talk about tonight, or one of them. Two things I want to pick on. Is it time, because of the fact that they are looking to condense games more? Is it time to stop making it a two-legged affair, the semi-final, like they did in the first and second rounds, as they used to, if you remember? And also, who's going to win the competition? Browne, you start that one off.
Oh, crikey. Okay, so regarding the two-legged, I'd probably carry on. I'd carry on with it. I think.
Right.
I
Okay.
think, yeah. I mean, purely for the sake of like, if it's a lower team, it's a massive payday, isn't it? If you
Yeah.
think about it,
Yeah. I'll take your point.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll take your
Um,
point on that one. Who's going to win it?
Man City,
Man City.
yeah.
Now, bear in mind, you was the only one to come out with. You remember last year
Yep,
we had Brian
Newcastle.
Little. We had
Yep,
Brian Little on the
yep,
show,
yep, yep, yep,
and
yep,
Kenny Ibbott,
yep.
right? And we all went Liverpool,
Mm-hmm.
and you was the only one that went
Yeah, only
Newcastle.
one, yeah, yeah,
So you're going Man City this
yeah,
year.
yeah, yeah.
All right then. Teale, what about you? Semi-finals, home and away, and also who's going to win it?
well, for me, I would stick with home and away semi-finals.
Right.
I think it, I think it's a fairer way of doing it because you're not. It's not guaranteed that you're going to get four Premier League teams in the semi-finals anyway. Um, and now that they've took the replays out of the FA Cup, you
Yeah.
can't keep taking games away because there's less revenue. So they're not going to change it much more now. Because of the FA Cup, there's far less revenue because there's no replays. Um, the next thing they'll do is they'll take extra time out the FA Cup games, and go straight to penalties. That'll
I
be the
think
next
they'll
one.
do that. Yeah,
You know,
I've been thinking that for the last couple of seasons on that one. I can say that
yeah.
happening.
And and who will win it? I'm going to go with Brownie. I think City will win it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not discounting Chelsea at this moment in time.
Mm-hmm.
I discounted them about 10 weeks ago
Yeah,
from winning anything.
I've
From
just
winning
got
anything,
this. Yeah, I've
they're
just
just
got this feeling.
You don't think
they're for
punchy?
me. Chelsea are a rudderless ship still at the moment. Even with Liam Rosenior being in there, I still think they're a massive accident waiting to happen.
Yeah,
Their ill discipline could cost them an awful lot by the end of the season.
well, it is one on Chelsea. You're talking about that there. I can imagine Todd Bowley and his crew, people that work under Todd, hearing the news that Javi Alonso has left Real Madrid, thinking if only we'd have waited a bit longer.
Hey, I wouldn't even go that far. You know what? If he hasn't won 7 out of the next 10 games, I can see that switching anyway.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's do
I
these
think
opportunities. I don't get sometimes. I don't get the types of the Liam Roseniors and Potter, right? sometimes I think stopping at a club and learning your trade before you go into the
Yeah,
big stuff,
yeah,
I think is a good thing. And that's why I've liked what Ipswich's manager has done.
yeah,
No, he
yeah,
stayed there. He could have gone to Man United when Man United were looking for it. Now they're looking like they could come up again this season.
Yeah, that's
And
yeah,
he's
definitely,
and then
definitely.
if he does that again for them, you
Yeah,
know, and
yeah,
I'm the Man United board, and we're
yeah,
looking for a manager at the start of next season. I'm thinking more of this kind of manager because he's
yeah,
learned
yeah,
his trade a little bit,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
I think as far as City winning it, I think why I agree with Chris is because I think out of the four teams that I watched this week, they look the most
Yeah.
confident in it. They look the most. I mean, they were never in trouble at Newcastle. Never.
No.
yeah.
You know, I mean, it could have been four. It could have been four, quite easily four. Whereas Arsenal, I don't know whether Arsenal are a funny side to watch. I don't enjoy watching Arsenal, if I'm quite honest. I find them, I find it quite boring watching them because it's the same old, same old, same old. It never changes, you know. And I just think if a Chelsea team that for me is as poor as it is at the moment can score twice against Arsenal, then anything could happen.
Yeah, it's and the Portsmouth game on the FA Cup on the weekend. They
Yeah,
lost them to start off with, didn't they? But I
yeah,
think I
you know,
think when they beat us at Christmas or just after Christmas, I think their backs were up after what had happened at Villa 2 or 3 weeks before, and I
Well, I
think
don't think we'd have lost. I don't think we'd have lost that game. That game, we might have lost the game, but I don't think we'd have lost 4-1 if
no,
Onana
it,
hadn't.
yeah, and Kashi was in the
Yeah,
team. Yeah. I totally agree with that.
and I think that cost us badly.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely. Yeah.
you know,
So this weekend we are back in league action,
hmm
and we're playing Everton, right?
yeah,
I presume you are.
I will
Let's
be
be
there.
nice to him because he's bought stuff, right?
I
So
will,
I'm
I
not
will
going
be
to say
there.
anything, right? Are you going to be there in your working capacity, Shaun
I
Teale?
will be there in my working capacity
Good.
with my free ticket to watch the game and my free meal.
Oh, see, I wasn't going there, and Brownie wasn't going
No,
there. We were
Well,
going to be
that's why I
nice
said it
to
because
you.
if I hadn't have said it, you'd have spouted it somewhere.
No, I was going to be good to you because the fact that you bought stuff, even if it was half price. Hey, what's that new shop like in the town centre? Then I've not been there.
Yeah, it's all right. It's okay.
Is
Yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Got some nice Adidas. I like Adidas gear more than any other anyway, so it suits me.
Okay. So,
Um,
so Brownie, is it Adidas or Adidas?
I've always called it Adidas.
Yeah, no, me.
Yeah. So
no,
this
Adidas
shop,
for me.
in this shop, do they have like one of these pound buckets and things like,
One of these, what?
pound bucket?
Are
Where
you?
you can buy old stock for £1. I was just wondering if you saw any books in there or something. Yeah.
Oh, right, because I'm an author and my
I'm sorry. Of
books.
course you are.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. Have you noticed I've not even attempted
No.
to say anything about my books,
No, of course not.
except for Sunshine After the Rain.
Mm.
That's the Aston Villa story 2009 to 2023. Comes out on 9th of March. So,
Okay.
Tealey, they've got in touch with me today, my publishers, and they have said that the books come out soon. So I'll be sending you a copy of it,
Oh,
as
thank
as
you.
I will Tealey, with Tealey and the likes of Simon Goodyear and all that, and Terrace Tales. We've signed up 3 new books for this year. I'm working on John Gregory's
Gregory, yeah.
book. He came to our house last week, and he
Yeah,
made
we've seen
himself.
it.
Yeah, made himself comfortable by making himself teas and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Didn't have corned beef sandwiches like you do, though, Tealey.
I
Well,
did.
there you go.
I did see him advertising your brain cells with the two behind. Yeah, yeah, that was good. That was.
That was 2 sugars. That was. That was 2 sugars. We got a coffee machine, so I'd made him an Americano.
Reverse photograph where exactly doing that was it?
Let me go, Rob. Let me go. So I'd made him an Americano, and there was about, I don't know, it was 3/4 full. First thing he did was get up and put hot water into it.
Yeah.
I thought you can
Phyllis,
take the boy out of
Phyllis
Scunthorpe.
Stein and
But yeah, so that's going really well. We got a few more on the go as well, and of course, Taylor, you're under the Terrace Tales banner these days.
I am, yes.
We just got to sell your books.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I've got about
but
I've
did
got
you
about
notice that?
600.
Brownie's
I've got
joke.
about 600 copies in my garage if anybody wants one.
Yeah. I'd read one if you gave it to me.
Oh, yeah. You can, yeah, exactly, exactly. I've got to give you Martin Granger's book.
Yes, I'm really looking forward to reading that.
Yeah, I'll get him to
Probably
do.
the best book you've ever done.
It's probably, yeah, probably the best book I ever done was one called Here, There, and Everywhere
Yeah.
with my mate Tealey.
All right. Yeah. Like what you wrote.
Yeah, like what I wrote. Yeah. Right. So, who you got this weekend then, Brownie?
Well, we've got Swansea.
Swansea away.
Yeah, yeah. Ooh,
Bit of a
That'd be
Jekyll and
tough.
Hyde team, aren't you, at the moment with home and
yeah,
away?
but we're away, aren't we? We're away, so we're going to lose.
Okay.
I'm going for a 2-0.
Oh yeah. Okay. Are we going to beat Everton?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think you will as well.
yeah.
I do. Close.
No, I don't even think it'd be close.
No,
Really?
I think it'll be loads of goals myself.
Can Jack
No.
play? Can Jack play in this?
Yeah, Jack can play, but
Okay.
they've obviously Ndai's out because he's at AFCON. Idrissa Gueye out because he's at AFCON. Michael Keane's suspended.
Mm.
So
Oh yeah, because he got sent off, didn't he?
yeah, the other lad who's been playing really well from still injured. They got from Chelsea.
Need to win this game. Need to win it.
It's a 3-0.
Well, we're in that position now where we just need to keep winning because obviously, we've got a 9-point gap between us, Chelsea, and United.
I mean, that's a massive gap. That is a real big gap to have. I'm taking nothing for granted.
No,
But I've got a
3
question
wins.
for Brownie, right? As the outsider, and well, you're not really an outsider because you don't want Villa to win. But right, do you think we will be top 4 by the end of the season? The Opta stats tell us we're 96%.
Really?
Gonna be that high. I think that's dangerous after 21, 22 games with 16 still to go. There's still a long way to go.
Do you want me to feed your ego or be honest?
No, I want you to be honest.
Okay.
I'd like you to feed me
you do-
biscuits when I come into the studio, by the way.
I think it'd be pretty close. I think it'd be close, but top 4, I'll stick my neck out and say no.
Really?
Yeah.
I hate him. I hate
I
him.
think you'll fade off.
Do you?
Yeah, still plenty of time for you to fade off.
I wish you'd fade away.
Tell you what. Now,
I think,
go on.
from my point of view, I think if we go through the next 5 games with 5 wins, I think we'll be literally guaranteed because that would be 5 games out of 16, so 11 left, and would still somebody would have to win 4 games to get above us.
Who's your next 5 games?
They're not the top.
They're all winnable games.
Everton, Bournemouth. We got Newcastle away. That's a hard game, as well as playing them at home in the FA Cup. And that kind of like games. I think we got Brentford as well, haven't we, or something like that. So we're not playing the Arsenals, the Man United,
No.
Yeah, we've got
Chelsea's.
Brentford's at home, so that's we never do well down at Brentford, but Brentford at home is one you'd expect us to win. Everton, you'd expect us to win. I don't know what the other game.
Expected to win them.
You see,
Say again?
The danger is you're expected to win them.
Yeah, you see, I don't like that.
Certainly at home. Certainly at home we are because our home record is phenomenal. It's better than anybody else's.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, and I know you can always have an off day and slip up and you lose that record, but the way we are turning teams over at home, I can't see anybody coming to us that's outside of maybe the top 10 and have a chance of turning us over.
It's not an exact science, as we spoke. I can't. It's great what we've been doing at home for 3 seasons now, in fairness, but I can't. I'm biting my fingernails at the start of a game, whether it be Brentford at home or whether it be, Arsenal at home, sort of thing.
I mean, for me, the perfect scenario is stuff 4th. Let's just go and win the Europa League and get into the Champions League.
Okay. Well, so the last question of tonight, then, right? Before we went on this amazing run to where we are now, I would have been happy with top 6 in the Europa League, right? And that's still my thing at the moment. If there was 5 or 6 games to go and we had this 9-point lead, I wouldn't be talking like this. But anything can happen in football. right? So,
Yeah.
so I would be happy with top 5, and I think 5th will get us back into the Champions League anyway.
Right.
Right, based on this, what they do on it. What's yours? What is a successful season for Aston Villa now? I'll ask you that question in a minute as well, Browne. I finished with the Blues on that one.
Okay.
For me, we need to win something. It's
Yes.
been for a club of our stature, it's been way too long.
Yeah.
It's 29 years since we last won a trophy.
So if I held a gun to your head and said, which one would you like us to win now out the 3 we're in? Because we are competing for the league.
I'd take the Europa League straight away.
And I would.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, because I would.
Because of Champions League.
Because of the Champions League.
Yeah.
I want to see us win the FA Cup.
The Europa League is bigger than winning the FA Cup as it stands now because of what there is at the end of it. You want to win the biggest of the competitions. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I'd love us to win the FA Cup because it's been an absolute horrendous competition for us over the last 20, 25, 30 years. We've been awful in it.
Yeah,
we've been awful in it. Last year we did a lot better, but then we turned up and didn't play in the semi.
Yeah, absolutely.
But from where we are in the Europa and the 2 games we've got left to play in the league section of it, we'll qualify anyway now. I think that's a gimme. We'll probably go to Fenerbahce and win anyway. Yeah,
so we cannot be outside the top 24 now, can we? I don't think we can.
No. Oh, no.
Which either way, we're going to play more games, and obviously we're in the top 8.
I think one win out the 2 games that are left will guarantee us top 8. But I sort of think 2 draws will guarantee us top 8.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Don't forget the last game's at our place.
Yeah, correct. Like it was last year with Celtic. Browne, what's success for the Blues for this season?
Success. I mean, get a playoff, but I think top 10.
Yeah.
Top 10.
So I have an argument with one of my best mates about this. I think for Blues, you want to be playing beach football come March and April. No drama.
Yep. Yeah. Build on it. Yeah.
Build on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was expected for us to.
I mean, I think at the start of the season when they went up again and everybody there was all that euphoria about we're going to go straight for the playoffs or straight to get back up into the Prem. Too quick, too soon.
Absolutely.
And as a club, it would probably damage the club more by doing that than it would having another league in the another year in the Championship and build on what you've done this year, because you've done okay. It's been an okay season. You had that blip in, was it October, where you couldn't win a game, and then you seem to have got it back together a little bit now. So, I would think you'll be in the top 10 without a shadow of a doubt.
Right. Okay, then. So that brings us to the end of our first podcast of 2026. We're into our 3rd year now, guys. Rocking and rolling. We are rocking and rolling. We're back in 2 weeks to obviously record our next one. As always, a big thanks to our sponsors, Route 77, and also Bowden and Dolphin Signs. And I'll speak to you both in a couple of weeks. Take care, guys. Up the Villa.
Take care, Rob. See you, Chris.